Okay, we're here. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Appreciate you. Hope you can hear me. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. I wanted to do a meditation, a live meditation, and I'm working out the kinks, so I appreciate your patience. I know the video might look a little funny, maybe it's a little wonky, but for the most part, what matters is that we're here, and we're going to meditate a little bit, we're going to breathe a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes, nothing too long. I'll work on my setup each time as we go along, but if you chime into this and you enjoy it, please leave a comment and let me know. I really learn and value the feedback in the comments. The internet is such a kind of empty feeling place when you do things like this, that unless people are commenting and liking, it can feel really empty. So any comment, a like on the video, a share, a subscribe, all those things really matter. So let's begin. Let's make sure we have a nice comfortable seat. You can be on a pillow, you can be seated in a chair. Something where you're not so comfortable that you'll fall back or round your back or be tempted to fall asleep though. So there should be a sense of attentiveness. And however you are seated, bring a little bit of attention to your spine, in the sense that you don't feel like you're hunched forward like we can be so much in this new modern world where we're always typing and driving, texting. So get out of that slouched possibility by taking a big breath and letting that inhale move through you and really feel the contact of the air inside your body, and let that provide a gentle pressure that prompts you to sit up a bit. So the filling up of the air like a balloon inside you kind of starts to stack you up. Stacks you up so you're at a little bit taller of a seat. Close your eyes and just start to feel your breath in that same way. The breath is continually informing you of how your body feels. This can be a tricky part of your meditation. Really, of any meditation, is to get too stuck in your body. But what we need to do is just make sure that we're continually upright. So it's a balance between never slouching, never losing our good posture, but also not staying too much in the body either in that process, so that we focus too much on maybe that our back is getting a little uncomfortable or our legs are feeling a little funny from seated. So just a breath. And a soft, gentle reminder to be seated in a firm, strong way. And as the breath begins to move, continue. It's like a cycle, right? Your breath, you can think of like a circle. And that circle moves up with your inhale and down to sort of draw the bottom of the circle with your exhale. So at least in the beginning of this, you could begin to think that your breath is making like a paint stroke. And the inhale paints the upper portion of the circle, and your exhale makes the bottom portion of the circle. You're breathing, inhaling, and exhaling. Making a circle without too much attention to any detail of it, just the feeling and the basic shape of a circle. This can help your mind slowly start to pull away from any other thoughts you might have. Enjoy your breath. And should you begin to think of something, as we all will, come back to that circle. The circle becomes a symbolic focal point to think of instead of thinking of anything passing through. Remember, the inhale is painting the top of the circle. The exhale is painting the bottom of the circle. And what begins to happen is that there's no break in between. So don't pause in between. You have a full breath. You're not pushing, you're just receiving the air. And immediately a soft exhale. An inhale and an exhale. You can use the circle as your symbolic focal shape, and the rhythm of it can be synced with the breath. The shape of the circle is synced with your breath. Top of the circle, top of your inhale, tall spine. Bottom of the circle, belly emptying. Big inhale, big exhale. Big inhale, big exhale. Should you have a thought that tries to pull you away from being here, focus back on the circle and immediately sink wherever your breath left off, wherever the breath may have been interrupted by the passing thought. Follow it up with the next breath and the feeling, and if necessary, the visual in your mind's eye of the circle. Inhaling and exhaling. The circle can also expand to give you the sense that your breath can be filling up a wider shape, a wider expanse. Not only is the circle within the mind's eye, but it seems to be as if it can move outside of your body. The circle is all the way down to the ground at its bottom and above your head at the top. And your breath, which you've been focusing on so well up until now, is growing, it's expanding. The ribs are widening. You're keeping that strong, tall spine. And even the breath can sort of reach a little bit outside of you, as if you were making a bubble, as if you were making a force field, as if you were coming into contact with the fact the realization that your energy can sort of be expanded beyond you a little bit. A foot above you, a foot to your left and right, a foot below you into the earth. Now breathe with an inhale that is as wide as that new circle you've created. A full circle expanding beyond your form, showing you sort of this new frontier of potential, almost an evolution of your breath, an evolution of your respiratory system. Wider circle, not necessarily a more forceful breath, but maybe it's a bit longer in duration. In that length, now there is a bit more peace. We're taking a slower breath, and the mind slows down with it. Another breath, full as can be, integrate it with some light. Make it a bright breath and feel solar energy, energy of the sun, the brightness of the sun. And let that breath and that light begin at your belly, perhaps a bit up towards the solar plexus. And that light spreads, certainly as wide as the respiratory system, like you are providing your own energy, like you are in touch, very aware of the specifics, of the mechanics of your energetic process. So much that you can stoke that fire with your breath to brighten it, to perhaps shake off some lethargy, shake off some laziness with that breath. This brightness sort of like chases the shadows away, chases the laziness away, any confusion. A big bright breath moves up through the heart and chest. Still in our strong form, long spine, no matter how we are seated. Breathe that light into the original shape of the circle that was just in your mind's eye. One more inhale with it there. You're making that brightness fill the expanse of the mind's eye, that circle in the mind that we were painting earlier. And in your next few breaths, expand that brightness, that energy awareness, to the wider circle, the circle that stretches a foot to your side, a foot above you, a foot below you. Big circle full of energy. You've increased your output and your knowledge that you have the power within you to sort of turn up the energy levels. Genius is the fire that lights itself. We could think of this as spiritual genius, being in touch with your inner motivators, your inner energy levels, breathing and opening. Breathing and unblocking any place where you are stuck. Breathing and opening. Take a moment to enjoy the capacity, the newfound sort of breath, the newfound width and height. Enjoy that sort of evolution into a stronger form. You've just sort of made contact with a higher aspect of yourself, one that is a bit healthier, a bit more aware. With no judgment, there's a recognition that there is a little bit of a better person there for you to aspire to. And you're creating your own idol in a way. You're creating your own avatar, your own inner Buddha, your inner yogi. And you're just moving towards that better person as often as you can. You'll become that better person as you breathe more. That better person will reclaim the throne of the lesser person. And then your next breath will ascend and you will widen and evolve into an even better person. Breathe and understand that by better, I mean more aware. I mean more sensitive to your own needs and the needs of others. Breathe and realize all that power that you have. And really become understanding of the energy of that circle. It's all around you. Breathe, and with your exhales, pull that circle in a little bit slowly, as if it's shrinking, as if the ball of light of the sun is sort of shrinking just a little bit from outside of your silhouette to inside. Now you're a glowing form. Another breath to even shrink that energy a little bit more. Bring that energy to the heart center. Wherever the center of your being resides. Belly. Solar plexus. Perhaps even at the hips where you have that grounded stability. Three breaths together, slowly and fully. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take a quiet moment to start to feel your body. Allow those feelings that you were, I should say, sensations that you were avoiding in a way. You were concentrating more on the breath. Now you will concentrate more on the sensations of your body. You'll feel your fingers. You'll feel your toes. Allow yourself to accept whether your back feels a little achy from sitting. Hopefully you feel refreshed. Blink your eyes open slowly, slowly, slowly. Place your hands at your heart center, almost like you were making a prayer. It's only the gesture of showing the energy that you've just contacted. You put your hands in front of your heart and you just show that you've contacted it, you're aware of it, and you're sort of sending that out to someone else. So when someone sees your hands, they're like, oh, you're understanding of the inner journey, and you understand that we breathe and we make contact with something that is unique and yet dispersed or shared with all of us. We are unique and one big family. Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you for being here this evening. If you enjoyed this meditation, whether you were with us live or whether you were watching after the fact, please leave a comment below. It means so much to me to hear from you and to know that I'm making contact with people out there who can benefit from this type of meditation, this type of activity. Thank you so much. My name is Peter Gaudioso. My channel is Man in a Bubble. This has been Peaceful Meditation. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and pressing that notification bell so you can be aware the next time I do a peaceful meditation. If you have any comments that could help me make this better, please leave them below. I hope everything worked out. This was my first attempt at a live meditation, and I hope the sound was good. I hope it wasn't too bright. I feel like I'll be tweaking these as we go along, so I really appreciate all of your input. Thank you, and have a pleasant day or night, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you. Good night.